Bang ni lah kunci. Tak apalah, nanti saya pun nak start ni. Bila start ni, kita start kan kerja ni. Tapi ada jin sikit kan. Pasal kita ni kursi ada. Semalam dah serah. Hari ni tinggal yang ni. Kursi ni kan nak patah balik sana nak ambil. Nanti tengah hari ni yang nak pergi ambil makan pun nak ambil kursi lagi dulu. Pasal ni tekong tak boleh. Pagi dia tak dengar. Dia dah beritahu dah. Malam pakai tidak mati nak tahi banyak kabel panjang-panjang ini pun kabel dulu kita pakai kabel nak buat ni seminggu kabel ni panjang gitu kan boleh cross stick ni ikut laluan ni lalu terowong masuk ni panjang sudah nak kita boleh saya buat itu nanti saya orang satu ini pakai tidur dalam kabel tak track kalau yang kabel tu bukan satu kabel nampak dia baru kalau dia tak tengok dia baru kan maaf dia siap pakai kabel lama ni batu juga tak sini pakai kabel pak tu tak jauh sikit kali pending tak besok dia kau hari ni je, besok ada. Kau dah ada kami. Tadi orang kata besok tak ada. Hari ni juga. Tapi hari ni dia boleh sampai 21. Aku dan ni bajet kita dah dua orang. Jadi kan kita buat sekejap. Kat pukul 12 kan, buat balik. Kita rehat. Pasal adik sampai pukul 21. Sampai malam. Sampai pukul 9 malam. Tak apa kita buat endurance lagi best. Daripada pukul 6 petang ni sampai besok lagi. Pukul 7, 8 tu habis. Itu kan itu pintu. Tali halang kita tu. Sebab nanti apa towing orang masuk kalau macam rasa nak terbang. Memang dia border dia besar dari. Itu nak masuk dia orang. Boleh kan? Tak masuk. Ada kereta macam ni. Tapi biasanya dia punya pakai shop dia punya ni ambil buat yang dia minta nampak benda tu kalau lepas ni orang dah buat round pertama round kedua style ni tu ulang itu dia nampak dia ambil lah dia queue macam ada cameraman pun ada kat sini ada ikoi kat sana P1 tu bagi dia lepas tak ke mana kan bang nak ambil ni ambil lah tak apa pakai tu tak ada kan tak ada kerja ambil aku tak tahu lah bang tak apa dia tak ada TV dengan kat website tu lah. Sekarang ni tu dengan F1, MotoGP, dia semua live ada TV. Pasal kita tak bayar siaran ni mahal. Kita pasal apa? Kita tak bayar F1 ni lah. Pasal kita tak bayar kita tak sanggup nak bayar kos penganjuran dia. Ada. Okey. Apa yang cuba kita tahu? Perjuangan Mahdi semua. Betul tak boleh tak bisa. pelacur.
Good morning to wherever you are tuned in from around the world, and welcome to the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship here at the Sepang Circuit in Kuala Lumpur. We are here for the penultimate weekend of this revitalized championship series that gathers some of the finest junior drivers in the region looking to stake their claim for honors and begin a path to take them to the highest echelons of motorsport racing. My name is Nicholas and I will be your commentator here in this gorgeous Saturday morning here at the SIC as we see the cars getting ready to do battle in this second round of this championship race here this weekend. So just a little bit of background on the F4 Southeast Asian Championship for those of you who are tuned in for the first time. This is, of course, the revitalized season. It has begun for the first time since 4 years. And it began at the Zhuzhou International Circuit in China in October before it headed to the Macau Circuit for an invitational race a fortnight ago. And this is the penultimate leg, of course, here at the newly rebranded Petronas Sepang International Circuit that will host the second round of this championship before the final round takes place next week at the same venue. So as we can see, some of the pit crews doing some final works on the cars before they get onto the starting grid. Qualification took place earlier, and so Hadrian David actually will set the tone at the front of the grid. The car that you are seeing here, car number 72, will make up definitely one of the grid, Liu Kai-shun from Pinnacle Motorsports. And just taking a look at the starting grid, Hadrian David from R Race GP, who topped qualifying earlier, he will take the front row along with Rafael Narak of our race as well. In the second row, we have Jack Beaton, who currently leads the leadership standings, or rather in second place, followed by Thomas Stolkemanis from Prima Racing. And in fifth spot is Enzo Ye from Asia Racing Team. And in sixth spot is Ken Nakamura from Prima Racing as well. In seventh spot, we have Dorian Pin, one of the few female drivers from Prima Racing, followed by Kai Darayani from Pinnacle Motorsport. Malaysia's Alistair Young is in ninth spot, followed by Peter Buizinilos in 10th spot. Arun Chedas from Black Art Racing is in 11th. And in 12th place is Liu Kai-shun, whom you saw earlier, of Pinnacle Motorsport. In 13th place, we have Christopher Garrido of the Asia Racing Team, followed by Pinnacle Motorsports' Fu Yu Zhao. And Nicholas Tati from AGI Sport is in 15th place. 16th place is Wang Zhonwei from R&B Racing. Kevin Sia from Asia Racing Team is in 17th spot. And John Luigi of Black Art Racing completes the drivers list for today's race. And so these cars will, of course, have a formation lap first. It will start at the south and before proceeding to the north starting grid. Hadrian David, as you can see here, will take pole position after topping qualifiers. He posted the fastest lap of 2 minutes and 8 seconds. So this is essentially a junior race, and you know, a lot of people would actually consider this, even the riders themselves, the pathway to Pinnacle Motorsport Racing. So you start off with the F4, and you know, if you really are well worth your money and you are consistent in your progression, you know, these drivers are more than capable of making it to the highest echelon of motorsport, which is of course the Formula One. Jack Beaton, as we see here from the United Kingdom, he has won the first 2 races, currently in second place in the standings on 50 points. Thiago Rodriguez actually leads the championship, but this championship is about to be blown wide open because Thiago Rodriguez isn't here in Kuala Lumpur. We have Thomas Stolchemanis as you can see. So 5 minutes before the race starts, final preparation works to get the drivers up to speed. Final pep talk perhaps before they get down to business here at the Sepang International Circuit. I have to say the weather is absolutely gorgeous. It's a perfect condition for racing here this morning. Enzo Ye is of course a rookie, but Enzo has done really well for himself. Some of these drivers are just starting out. A lot of them are very much in their teens. They are as young as 15 years old. As we can see, another rookie here, Ken Nakamura from Prima Racing. Prima Racing has a lot of potentially powerful and promising drivers that have just come into the fore recently, and we can expect them to be among the mix in this championship. So as the drivers get ready to do battle, let me just explain to you about the circuit. So the Sepang circuit is of course 5.543 kilometers long. It is made out of 15 corners and 8 straights. This is a challenging circuit, but also a very promising circuit that provides plenty of overtaking opportunities if you can capitalize. Dorian Pin here, another rookie from Prima Racing. Dorian making her single-seater debut. So a lot of these drivers from Prima Racing are definitely the ones to look out for. 3 minutes before we get to formation lap, followed by the starting grid. So as I said earlier, the drivers must be at least 15 years old to compete in this championship. They must hold an FIA International C or national license issued by their respective domestic motorsport association. And to create a level competitive playing field, all drivers will compete in the Tatus F4 T421 Gen 2 cars, which is equipped with carbon composite monocoque and FIA homologated safety features. All these cars are of course powered by an Authentic Technica Motori prepared Fiat Abarth turbocharged 1400cc 160 horsepower engine. So all these cars are of the same make, they are of the same engine capacity, and it really now goes down to the driver's skills and driving capabilities to determine podium and the rest of the classifications. As we see the drivers almost ready to start their formation lap. So just to recap some of the past winners at the Zhuzhou International Circuit in China. Jack Beaton, of course, won the first race before Kevin Xiao of Asia Racing Team took the second race. Jack Beaton went on to claim his second win of the season by winning the third race in that Zhuzhou International Circuit. And of course, they headed to Guyao Circuit after that in Macau for the invitational race. And both those races was won by Arvid Lindblad from Prima Racing. Now, Lindblad is also not in Kuala Lumpur. So we have basically two of the drivers who have won previously here in Kuala Lumpur, which is Jack Beaton and also Kevin Xiao. Thiago Rodriguez, who currently leads the standings, is also not in Kuala Lumpur. So we can expect to see the standings and the classifications change following the completion of this race. As we can see, 15 seconds before these drivers head off into their formation laps. Warming up their engines, and they begin this formation lap right now that will take them through this Sepang circuit, going in a zigzag manner get some heat up in this tires. Here they go into turn 1. So of course, the formation lap, they will start off at the south before heading to the starting grid at the north. All these cars are very much capable of hitting top speeds that can touch up to 155 kilometers an hour. So essentially your elongated go-kart machines, very low center of gravity, but at the same time immensely powerful and capable of, blitzing through this Sepang circuit. You can see the drivers getting into formation, just getting a feel of the circuit for one final round before they head into the starting grid for the race proper. They slowly come into the starting grid. 18 drivers will make up 7 teams are competing here today in Kuala Lumpur. The F4 Southeast Asian Championship, of course, is a revitalized circuit, and it's going to do wonders for most of these drivers who are competing here, because now it just presents a platform in the region. It presents more race opportunities for these young drivers to begin their pathway to motorsport racing. As they come into turn 5 here. So one formation lap followed by the starting grid, and we will have 25 minutes of action after that. So here they are coming into the starting grid. Final turn before they get into positions to begin race 2 of the F4 Southeast Asia Championship. Final batch of cars finishing off turn 14, heading into turn 15 as they come to take their positions. So here we go. We are about to get started as these 18 drivers file into formation. See the safety car will just sit behind the file of drivers as they prepare for takeoff. About to get started. The engine's revved up, and here we go. We are off. Race 2 of the F4 Southeast Asian Championship here at the Sepang International Circuit as the drivers come through to turn 1. Adrian David in first spot, followed by Rafael Narak in second. Everybody navigating expertly well just to turn 1, heading into turn 2 and turn 3. We will slowly begin to see the formations of the drivers and the classifications And I will be providing you with lap times as well soon. Adrian David in first place at the moment. We have Jack Beaton, who is pushing for second spot. He's closely behind Rafael Narak's heel here as they come into turn 5. All these drivers are, of course, beginning to get a feel of the circuit, so we can expect faster lap times. And we've already seen Rafael Narak posting the fastest sector in the second sector, 28 seconds, 0.4. This is the first stats that we'll be providing you with, but quickly overtaken by Joaquin Garrido. So as we go along, we will get to see faster lap times, faster sectors. Adrian David, of course, leading the chasing pack right now as they come through to turn 10. You can slowly begin to see the top 3 beginning to take shape here at the Sepang International Circuit, leaving the chasing pack behind. Adrian David, Rafael Narak, Jack Beaton, these are your top 3. Adrian is again posted the fastest sector. So he's got off to a fantastic start. Adrian David is a rookie, but he is a very promising driver. The runner-up in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine back in 2021. And as you can see the classifications, Adrian David currently leading the pack, with Rafael Narak in close contention, just over a second behind, followed closely by Jack Beaton. These cars will, of course, get faster as they go. They can reach top speeds of 160, 170. The fastest qualifying time posted earlier was 1:55. That was the top speed, but I'm expecting these drivers to top that in this race proper. So Adrian has already completed his first lap as the rest of the chasing pack come through to turn 14. There we go, your leader at the moment, Adrian David. But it's very, very close. At this point, we can't give you an indication of who's going to claim this race, but your top 3 is already looking very, very, I would say, prominent at this point. They are very, very assured in their driving. Adrian David posted 2 minutes and 13 seconds. So he's posted the fastest lap of 2 minutes, 13 seconds, followed closely by Rafael Narak. Just over a second behind. Jack Beaton is trailing very, very closely. No overtaking just yet by the top 3. They're all still very much in the current standings. But I can assure you that Narak and Beaton will be plotting their attack on David very soon. As you can see, the rest of the packs come through to lap 2. Rafael Narak has now posted the fastest lap of 2 minutes and 9 seconds, so he's gaining traction on David. So we can expect to see a closer battle between the top 2. As you can see, all these drivers have finished their second lap. We have less than 20 minutes to go. And it's a little bit of smoke coming out of car number 8. That's Dorian Pin. Perhaps pressed a little bit too hard on the brakes. We got up to a clean start, I would have to say. No bump and grinds. no major touch points between the vehicles. They've all done really well to get off to the cleanest possible start, and now it's about trying to post the best lap times. And we can see here the fourth place. In car number 4, we have Uzaidi, who has just posted that lap time. Car number 77, whom you see, is Enzo Ye of the Asia Racing team. Enzo has also got off to a brilliant start. He debuted in Macau. He has posted 2 top 10 finishes. And he will definitely be looking to try and get on the podium here in Kuala Lumpur. And because of Rafael Narak's fastest lap time earlier, he has now shaved off 2/100ths of a second to Hadrian David. Jack Beaton trails David by almost 2 seconds. But it's still early days in the race. We still have a lot of racing left to go. Dorian Pin leading the rest of the best, I would say. As the cars come through to turn 1, just after completing their 3rd lap. All these drivers have extensive go-kart experience. Despite their tender age, they've all started racing from a very, very young age. So do not let their age belie their proficiency on this track. They are all very, very competent drivers. They know their machines well. As we can see, Rafael Narak doing his best to keep pace with Hadrian David of the RA's GP team. So the top 3, as you can see, as they come through to turn 9 and 10, they are slowly beginning to develop a mini race of their own. Rafael Narak, 0.787 seconds. Posted, followed by Jack Beaton. These are your top 3. Enzo 4 in 4th place. And Nakamura, Bertsa completing your top 5 at this point. As they come through to turn 15 to complete their 4th lap. Our top 3 has not changed as of this point. Adrian David still leading the chasing pack, followed closely by Rafael Narak and Jack Beaton. The lap times have also gotten faster. The fastest lap still remains with Hadrian David with 2 minutes and 10 seconds. But most of the drivers, your top 4, they have all posted 2 minutes and 10 seconds. I would have to say they are all going very, very fast. Even the last driver in the standings, Fu Zhou at this point, has posted 2 minutes and 21 seconds. So they are not too far from each other, but in the context of your podium finishes, these are your top 3 right now as we see. Jack Beaton in the blue car, number 45, coming through to turn 10, is of course a 2-time podium finisher. He's won 2 races, and he's currently on 50 points, just 1 point behind the leader, Thiago Rodriguez. And finishing here in the top 3 would elevate him to the top of the standings, but there's still a lot of racing to do. 15 minutes is a long time when you're out there blitzing through the track at about 150, 160 kilometers an hour. Dorian Payne posted the last lap of 2 minutes, 11 seconds. That's great timing. Dorian, of course, coming from an extensive European go-kart circuit experience. A rookie for Prima Racing. Prima Prima Racing have a lot of promising drivers. You know, they are represented by an all-new crew here in Kuala Lumpur. The past winners of the previous 2 races are not here, but they are represented by Dorian, who's leading the Prima Racing team at this point. So as the drivers come through to lap 5, our top 3 has still not changed. Adrian David still leading the chasing pack. Rafael Narak just over a second behind, and followed by Jack Beaton in 3rd place. I'd have to say the classifications of these drivers has not changed all that much since the race began earlier. We haven't seen much overtaking done just yet, even though this Sepang circuit provides plenty of overtaking opportunities through its sweeping corners. As they come through to turn 9, your leader here, Adrian David, still maintaining his pace with a time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. His best lap was a fraction of his last lap. It was 2 minutes and 9 seconds. But of course, it's about pacing yourself and strategizing, and we can expect these drivers to go much faster as we approach the final few laps. Less than 15 minutes away from the completion of this race, and as you can see here, the battle for first spot is these 3 drivers, Adrian David, Rafael Narak and Jack Beaton. As of this point, the RA's GP team is on course for a 1-2 finish, followed by Beaton's AGI Sport just trailing behind. Based on previous results, I can expect Beaton to launch an attack on the top 2, perhaps in the last 5 minutes. He is very, very much in contention. He's just got Narak right in front of him. And when you are defending your racing line, it is much tougher compared to attacking. So I would say that Rafael Narak at this point, he's got to be very cautious. He's got David to attack, which he needs to plan really well, but at the same time, he's got Jack Beaton on his rear, just keeping him in check. And he's got to make sure that that racing line remains intact so that he does not get surpassed by Beaton. He's been doing a good job so far, but let's see what happens as we come to the final 11 minutes of this race. Your top 3, for those of you who are just tuning in, has not changed as of yet. Adrian David still leading the chasing pack after 6 laps. But he's slowly pulled away from Rafael Narak, who's now trailing over 2 seconds, followed by Jack Beaton and Enzo Ye and Nakamura Berta in 5th place, completing your top 5 at this point. Enzo Ye, as you can see, pink car coming through to turn 9 and 10. And this is the battle for 4th place in the rookie class. Enzo Ye currently topping the standings, followed by Keen Nakamura Berta and Thomas Tolchemanis of the Prima Racing. So as of this point, the teams that are topping the classifications here are the RA's GP in your top 2, followed by Jack Beaton's AGI Sport. Enzo Ye of the Asia Racing team is in 4th place, and Prima Racing is taken up 5th to 7th spot. The winners of this race will be awarded 25 points, followed by 2nd place, 18 points, 3rd place, 15 points, 4th is 12 points, 5th place, 10 points, and it goes on from there. As we have now dipped into the final 10 minutes of the race, Adrian David in lap 7 currently still leading your standings, followed closely by Rafael Narak in 2nd place. Jack Beaton is also in close contention for a podium finish And the distance between Jack Beaton and Enzo Ye is almost 6 seconds. So that's quite a cushion for Jack Beaton and also for the top three. So barring any upsets, I would foresee Hadrian David, Rafael Narak and Jack Beaton finishing in your top three. Now the order of the top three has not been confirmed just yet. There might be a few thrills and spills as we head into the final leg of this championship here at the Sepang International Circuit. Car number 8, Dorian Pin. She's done well. In 7th place at this point. Of course, in her rookie season, the French woman, Dorian Pin, making her debut here at the F4 Southeast Asian Championship. Almost went wide there, but did well to recover. As she leads the, or rather, she's the third driver from the Prema Racing team. As we can see, Kai Darayani trying to make a move on Dorian from the back. Dorian does well to keep the racing line intact. And Daryanani will have to try again. This is a battle for 7th and 8th place, but it could have an effect on the rookie championships. As these drivers come through to turn 15. Ran again, Daryayani looking to make a move, not just yet. Ran still leading and keeping that 7th spot very much intact. Liu Kai-shun is in the car number 72, whom you see here. Another move, not really. Loren is done really well for herself, as you can see there, just to shut off the two competition that are hot on her rear. Daryanani will of course try again. And Liu Kai-shun is also looking to make a move on his partner. So this is the battle for 7th spot. As you can see, Dorian Pin still maintaining that 7th spot. Kai Daryanani in 8th and Liu Kai-shun. This is a mini battle here for 7th spot. And for these rookies, you know, it's an amazing experience to come to this Sepang circuit where some of the finest drivers in the world, you know, your Formula One drivers, your MotoGP riders, they've all been on this track, they've all blitzed through this track. So to just come here and have that experience of competing in a track of this stature has got to do so much for their experience and also competition level. As we can see here, Hadrian David comfortably in 1st place with just over 5 minutes left to go. Very much in the driving seat to claim his first victory here at the Sepang circuit, 2nd race of the F4C Championship. Rafael Narak and Jack Beaton are behind in 2nd and 3rd place. If there is a gameplay or if there is a strategy to start overtaking, this is the time to do it. This is the time to launch an attack, because time is very much now against these drivers as they are into the final 5 minutes. Hadrian David with the lap time of 2 minutes and 379 seconds. Still has not eclipsed his best timing of 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Rafael Narak and Jack Beaton in the top 3. Jack Beaton running slightly wide over there. That might just shave off a little bit of time and could dent his hope a little bit. As you can see, there is quite a gap between the top 3. They have developed quite a nice cushion between each other. Enzo Ye has also done well. He's been in 4th place pretty much for the entire race. Nakamura Berta also trailing behind him with the best time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. He's been a consistent driver as well, Nakamura. From the Prima Racing. So the drivers are now heading into their 10th lap as we come to the final few laps of this championship. For Malaysians who are keeping tabs on Alistair Yong, he is currently in a 10th spot. Alistair Yong, of course, son of revered Malaysian motorsport Formula 1 driver Alex Yong, who also has a racing team that will be competing in the S1K right after this race. So 10 laps done. Hadrian David, your race leader from RA's GP, leads the standings with a 2-second lead over Rafael Narak and also Jack Beaton. Car number 22 that you see there is Wang Zhongwei, and trying to make a move is 96 Yao Zunpeng. Did well, Wang Zhongwei, to keep his lines and shut Kevin Xiao off. Kevin Xiao is of course a winner in this championship already. He won the 2nd race back in China. He's not really in a contention for a podium finish, but he can try his best to get the highest classification. So the battle of the 7 in this order is Wang Zhongwei, followed by Alistair Yong and Kevin Xiao. Wang Zhongwei doing well to shut off the competition, as Alistair is also a very promising driver. Slightly older than a lot of these drivers here. He's 20 years old, but he's twice a race winner in the previous era of the F4C championship. So while he may not, contend for a podium place this time, there is plenty of opportunities for him to do so. There is, of course, another 5 races. We have 2 more races happening tomorrow, followed by the final 3 races of the season taking place next week. So plenty of points on offer as we come to the final minute of the race. F4C Championship, your leader has been unchanged since the start of the race. Hadrian David of the RA's GP leading the chasing pack, followed closely by Rafael Narak in 2nd place. Jack Beaton will most likely take 3rd place. And barring any upsets, this would be your top 3 for the 2nd race here. As you can see, Rafael Narak looking to just consolidate his 2nd spot and ensure a podium finish. It will be a good moral booster for a lot of these drivers, for them to get the best positions to take into tomorrow's race, of course. The drivers come through to turn 9 and 10, which is a tricky corner because it's 2 immediate sharp turns, and if you're not careful, you can tend to run a little bit wide. Rafael Narak all on his own here in second place. He will be satisfied with his performance for sure, even though he could not beat Hadrian David into first. He's done really well for himself to consolidate this second spot. And the leader is into his last lap, ladies and gentlemen. Hadrian David. As you can see here, car number 2. Still with a very, very consistent lap time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And so here they go into the final lap, the 12th lap. Hadrian David, as you can see, very much in the driving seat, claimed his first championship victory of the season. Very, very commanding drive, very assured drive. And it was evident from the qualifying itself. Over 5 laps, he posted the best time of 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Now, he's not been able to replicate that in this race, but it's good enough. It's great enough for him to consolidate top spot, claim his first victory for the RA's GP team, and put up his first big points on this championship. Rafael Narak only looking to consolidate second spot. He's over 3 seconds away from Hadrian David, so it'll be something of a miraculous feat for him to catch up, but second spot should do the trick. And it's just about going back and re-strategizing and coming back stronger tomorrow to perhaps try and top this achievement for Rafael Narak, also a Frenchman like Hadrian David. RA's GP team right now in contention for a top 2 finish as the drivers come through the final bend. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Your soon-to-be champion heading towards the checkered flag, on course to claim his first victory of the season. Hadrian David from the RA's GP team, followed by Rafael Narak. And Jack Beaton completes your top 3. Enzo Ye coming in 4th, followed closely by Kin Nakamura. And Thomas Tolchemanis, also from the Prima Racing team, completing your top 6. It's been a fantastic race, especially for the top 3. It was a wire-to-wire race from Hadrian David as these drivers complete their race. It was a clean race, an incident-free race, and it was a race that provided so much of promise for a lot of these drivers who are, of course, making their debut here at the F4 Championship, Southeast Asian Championship. Now that they've got this experience under their belt, you can only expect them to do better in the coming race. And of course, there are 5 more races, but we have to give it to Hadrian David of the RA's GP team, your champion with the best lap time of 2 minutes 9 seconds. He's completed 12 laps in 28 minutes and 17 seconds. That is an astonishing time to complete 12 laps here at the Sepang circuit. So well done to David, and also well done to his compatriot Rafael Narak of the RA's GP team in second place with the best lap time of 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Perhaps a celebration of sorts for the RA's GP team following the completion of this race, but not too much perhaps, because they have 2 races happening back-to-back tomorrow on Sunday. at the Sepang International Circuit. And for those of you who have just watched this race and are interested to come and witness this race, you are more than welcome. Admission is free. We have already a few fans gathered here cheering on these drivers. Of course, the family members and friends, as well as the drivers come into Parc Fermé. Jack Beaton in that blue car there will be happy with his performance. Despite not being able to claim his third victory of the season, it is still another podium finish for the youngster. High fives all around as the drivers exit their vehicles. And here you go, the official results. Hadrian David of the RA's GP team topping this race with a time of 28 minutes and 17 seconds, followed closely by Rafael Narak from the RA's GP team. The final podium finish goes to Jack Beaton of AGI Sport, Enzo Ye and Kin Nakamura, your top 5. Thomas Tolchemanis of Prima Racing Team in 6th place, Kai Daryanani in 7th place, and his Pinnacle Motorsport compatriot Liu Kai-shun in 8th place. Arjun Cheda is in 9th, and Dorian Pin completes a commendable 10th place finish. Alistair Yong, the Malaysian driver, in 11th place, followed by Wang Zhongwei. 13th place is Kevin Xiao from the Asia Racing Team. Nicholas Tati is in 14th place. John Logie from Black Arts in 15th place. Fu Yu Zhao in 16th, followed by Joaquin Garrido and Peter Bulsi Nelos. Some vehicle inspection following the 12th lap race as the pit crew get to work. These cars, of course, have to be swiftly. These cars, of course, will be swiftly checked, inspected, and be fitted and ready for tomorrow's action. So the drivers have done their part. Now it's for the pit crew, the respective teams' crew, to work on any deficiencies or any improvements to their respective machines, as we have back-to-back races happening at the Sepang International Circuit here. And so tomorrow's action, qualifying will start at 9:30, and the first race will start at 12:15, and it will end just before 1 p.m. Before all the drivers have about a 3-hour break before preparing for their second race, which starts at about 4 o'clock. Now, weather plays an extremely crucial part, especially during this time of the year where it tends to rain a lot because of the monsoon season. And here we have the highlights. So it was a warrior-to-warrior performance from Hadrian David of the RA's GP team. As you can see, Jack Beaton looking to stake claim for second spot, but Rafael Narak did really well to shut him off. And from then on, it was almost smooth sailing, I would have to say, for Hadrian David, who did really well just to maintain his spot at the top. There were a few mini battles happening, primarily between car number 33 there, Thomas Tolchemanis, who was trying to get into top 5 contention, Dorian Pin as well. But here, Rafael Narak, pulled away from the chasing pack. He consolidated second spot, ensured that that was his car number 72, Liu Kai-shun, and there was a turn there by car number 46, Peter Zinelos, which resulted in him unfortunately finishing last place. But apart from that, it was incident-free race rather. All these cars were very consistent in their driving. Dorian Pin doing really well to maintain her position and defend that position. And the same has to be said to Wang Zhongwei. He was put under pressure by Xiao Zunping and Nicholas Tati, but did well to maintain that position. Car number 10 here, Alistair Yong, will be hoping for a better performance, but it was still a commendable race. And we have officially come to the end of the race. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back soon. Take care and have a great day.